There are different degrees of murder, and it depends upon the mens rea or intent of the actor in committing the crime. So if a person intentionally commits the crime of murder with malice aforethought, and there's some thought and some premeditation that goes into it, then you're talking about a first-degree murder situation. There can also be a heat of the moment murder, and those are generally second-degree murders. So murder can be broken down into various degrees.
The difference between murder and manslaughter basically turns on the intent element. Murder in the state of Florida has 3 degrees. First degree, there's a premeditated element to it. You thought about it before you did it. Second degree murder is basically a dangerous act. You're disregarding human life. As a result of that, you intend to kill somebody. Third degree murder is basically where you're in the commission of a felony that's not enumerated in the statute, and as a result of that, death occurs. There's always an intent element to those murder cases. Manslaughter is a little bit different. Manslaughter, if you're talking voluntary manslaughter, it's an intent to commit the act that was done, but you're not intending to kill the person that resulted in death. That's the difference. It's the intent element for those particular charges.
California law makes a big distinction between what's called grand theft and what's called petty theft. Now, grand theft is a wobbler, which means it can be charged as a misdemeanor or a felony. And as a felony, you could go to jail or to state prison for several years. Petty theft, on the other hand, can only be charged as a misdemeanor, not a felony, and it's considered a much less serious crime. The threshold for what can be petty versus grand theft really has to do with the value of the property that's stolen. And that magic number is $950. So for many years it was $400, and the legislature has recently changed it to $950. So suppose you go into a store and you steal an item that's $1,000 in value, you can be charged with grand theft. On the other hand, suppose that item is only $800 in value, then the most you can be charged with is petty theft.